What's up, guys? It's B Wade. I'm going to walk you through my 5 favorite player props for the MLB on Friday. I'm going to show you that data and the analysis, why I like these picks, and hopefully give you guys good enough of a research breakdown so that you feel confident making an informed decision as to whether you want to tail these picks or not. And really, that's all I'm trying to do. I'm not telling you these picks are going to hit, they're not going to hit, whatever. I am just giving you more information, more data, so that you can make a better decision and hopefully make some money, right? Looking at VIP, we've been crushing VIP on these game picks. We're up over 11 units coming into the day. We are 4-0 right now, guys. We were going for the sweep, but these last 2 baseball games, the Angels started out up 4-0, and they have now blown that lead, and the Dodgers are just getting worked 5-0. So it looks like we're going to end the day 4-2. Still a great day. It's not a sweep, but either way, guys, we're 4-0 right now, probably ending 4-2, continuing to help my VIP members make money. And if you guys want to get in VIP so you can start tailing these picks, there's 2 ways for you to jump in, right? You can either use code MLB in the checkout. You'll get 80% off. It'll cost you less than $10. The other option, sign up with one of these apps I tell you about in this video, whether it's Sleeper, Chalkboard, any of the apps down below in the description in my stand store. Use my code and deposit whatever you want, as little as $5, as much as $1,000. You take a screenshot, send it to me on Instagram, and I'll hook you up with a free week of VIP. I also do a signed jersey giveaway every month on this channel. We've already done 6, and this month we're doing a signed Anthony Edwards jersey. All you have to do to be entered is subscribe to this channel, like this video, and drop a comment. We're going to start doing some signed baseball jerseys moving into the summer, but it's still basketball season, so it's Anthony Edwards for this month. I will be doing that drawing at the end of the month. Make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment to be entered. Let's get into these picks. So I'm starting out with Trey Turner to hit a single. And look, I had somebody reach out to me in the DMs kind of asking about these single plays as opposed to hits. And my thought process on these is, when you look, and it's not -137, his price to get a hit is probably somewhere around -220, right? And you see he's gotten a hit in 74% of games. When we look at singles, he's gotten a single in 66% of games. So he's only getting a single in 8% less. There's only been 3 games where he got a hit that wasn't a single, right? 23 he's hit on this, and 26 he's hit on this. But the payout for hitting a single as opposed to just getting any hit is like twice as good of a payout, right? We're getting this at -125 versus a hit at like -220-ish is where it's going to be priced at. So when most of his hits are singles, like predominantly most are singles, you get a lot better value taking the pick for that player to hit a single as opposed for him to just get a hit. And so I hope I explained that well enough that it makes sense for you guys, but I wanted to at least kind of break that down for you so it makes sense, because I do really like taking advantage of these single picks for players that hit a lot of singles. So I'm taking Trey Turner to hit a single, and look, he's hit a single in 12 of his last 13 games. He's got a single in 2/3 of all of his games this year. And when we look at his away games, he actually is doing better. There's only been 5 away games where he hasn't hit a single, and he has a single in 7 straight away games. So guys, the dude's a single machine. He bats for average. He's not, I mean, he can hit the long ball, but he hits a ton of singles. And getting this in, he's going up against Gavin Williams, who is not having a good year. His ERA is over 5. His whip is 1.75. And Trey Turner's only faced him 3 times in like the last year, but he's 1 for 3 against him. Just solid. Not great, not bad. It just is what it is. And he's actually a little bit worse against righties. He's 277, where he's 307 in general. But the fact that he's got a single in 12 of his last 13 games and his last 7 straight away games makes me feel really confident getting this at almost even money. I'm pairing that up with Max Meyer to give up at least 2 walks. You look at his 7 starts this year, and he's given up at least 2 walks in 5 of those 7 starts. Now, when we look at him away, he's given up at least 2 walks in all 3 of his away starts. And then when we look at his last 10 starts away from home, he's given up at least 2 walks in his last 5 straight games away from home. So I mean, in general, he gives up a lot of walks anyway. He's given up at least 2 walks in 7 of his last 10 games in general. But then away from home, it's even higher, where it's been his last 5 straight starts away from home. And while he is going up against the White Sox, which is just a really sad franchise right now, the White Sox are actually in the middle of the league as far as walks per game. They are ranked 15th, which is dead middle of MLB. So it's not like they don't draw many walks. And the beautiful thing about this is Max Meyer probably doesn't give up too many runs, and I think he's going to get to finish out the 6th inning, which is going to leave him in long enough to throw maybe an extra walk or two there at the end as he starts getting tired. And so I really like Max Meyer over 1.5 walks, especially when you see what he's been doing on the road. You'll see that slip on the screen here. We're getting just about 2.5x for this on Sleeper. Sleeper's one of my favorite apps. I use it every single day. They get their lines up early, they have some great payouts, and they give us a bunch of different promos, from profit boosts to discounted picks to protected picks, and then their sign-up bonus is one of the best out there, right? They are going to double your first deposit up to $100 and give you a free pick when you sign up and use code BWADE as your promo code. It's a great sign-up bonus, and when you sign up, even if you only throw a couple bucks on there, take a screenshot and then send it to me on Instagram, and I will hook you up with a free week of VIP. Like I told you guys, everyone in VIP is eating right now. We're up 15 units on the last 7 days. We've hit 66% of the picks I've given out. That's 2/3 of the picks. For every 3 picks I give out, we hit 2, we miss 1. I'm never going to tell you guys we hit everything. I'm never going to tell you we don't have bad days. Those type of things happen, but over time we are profitable, and guys in VIP make money. That's the bottom line. So check it out. I want to help you guys win. Also, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment so you can be entered to win that signed Anthony Edwards jersey. Let's get into these next 3 picks. We're taking Aaron Nola to go over 5.5 strikeouts. And guys, I've looked at this a few different ways to try to figure out what I'm missing here, but this line should, in my opinion, be at 6.5. We're getting this at even money at 5.5 strikeouts. I expect this to either get more expensive or for the price or for the line to bump, but look, he's hit this in 6 of his 7 starts this year. And you go, okay, well, he's on the road. How's he doing on the road? He's gone over it in all 4 of his road starts this year. And then when we look at let's look at his last 10 games, right? Even going back to last season. He's gone over this in 9 out of his last 10 games. Okay, well, how about his last 10 away games? When we start to get towards the end of it, he went under. But he's gone over this in his last 7 straight away games, averaging 6.5 strikeouts, where I think this line should probably be. And again, this year he's hit it in all 4 away games and 6 of his 7 starts in general. He's going up against a Cleveland team that they do strike out the 10th least, right? So they don't strike out a ton, but it's not like they're like a top 3 or top 5 team for not striking out. They're pretty much right in the middle, right in that middle 10 to 20 is where they are. And I love this play. Aaron Nola over 5.5 strikeouts, guys. I am locking this in. And then I'm staying right in the same game, same team. And kind of how I explained earlier for Trey Turner, I'm taking Bohm to hit a single. You can see he's hit a single in 63% of his games this year. We look at the last 10, and there's only been 2 games where he hasn't hit a single. And when we look, he has 2 at-bats against Gavin Williams, but he has a hit in both at-bats, right? He's 2 for 2 against Gavin Williams. He's a little bit softer against righties, 232, where he's 237 overall, so it's basically the same whether he's facing a right or a lefty. His average is not great. He had a rough start to the year, but he's been coming on pretty strong. Last 20 games, he's only missed this 5 times. He's gotten a single in 5 straight games now. I really like this play, especially at the value of -125. So I am locking that in. And then we're going to wrap this slip up with Danny Jansen under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Y'all, he's only gone over this 4 times this year. In 26 games, he's gone over it 4 times. He hasn't ever hit it in back-to-back games, and he just hit it against the Phillies today in a crazy game where the Rays were up 5-1 going into the 8th inning, and the Phillies came back and won it in extra innings. But He hasn't hit it in back-to-back games, so he doesn't get streaky like that. So that just is in our favor. The fact that he's only hit it in 4 out of 26 games, that's in our favor. The fact that he's going up against a lefty who he bats .080 against lefties. That means he's 2 for 25 this year against lefties. That is abysmal. And then he's also going up against Jose Quintana, who's having a solid year. He was good last year. It's not like it's just a one-hit wonder type thing. He's 4-1 this year with a 2.8 ERA. His WHIP is at 1.2. He's throwing really good stuff right now. There is nothing, and he's 0 for 1 against him. Super small sample size, but I'd rather him be 0 for 1 than 1 for 1. And look, he's 141 overall, which tells me that he's actually batting decent against right-handed pitching, but he is just terrible against lefties. Feel really good about this fade, y'all. Danny Jansen, under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. You'll see that slip on the screen here. We're getting just over 5x for this on Chalkboard. Chalkboard's cool because they have a cash out feature now. So in the middle of games playing, when you see something going sideways or you get a hunch something's gonna happen, you can always cash out during it. You can also play games, right? So you can put money lines, spreads, over-unders, all that type of stuff into your entries now. So you can do some player props with the game outcome and put it together in a parlay, which no other fantasy app has right now. They've also added 10 or 11 states. So if you haven't been able to use it in the past, look at the map on the screen and maybe they have added your state in. And then also, when you sign up and use code BWP, the code is BWP on Chalkboard. It's not BWADE, so make sure to use that one. They will double that first deposit up to $100. It's free money. Take some money off a different app, throw it on Chalkboard or Sleeper, use my code, and you instantly get it doubled. And then when you do, take a screenshot, send it to me on Instagram. I'll hook you up with a free week of VIP. And again, if you don't want to use these apps or maybe you already have them, you can always just use code MLB in the checkout. You'll get 80% off and it'll cost less than $10. Like I told you, we are consistently hitting these game picks. We're up 15 units over the last week, hitting 66% of the picks that I give out. Bad days do happen, but the good days outnumber the bad days, and over time we are profitable. So guys, I want to help you. Let me help you. I appreciate y'all. Make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment so you can be entered to win that signed Anthony Edwards jersey. And let's get some money, boys.